Greetings, traveler.
Alright, chat. We will dive in. Another Alutemu review, who has an insane match history, as you can see here. So, Goldenizer, Undead, Quillbore, Mech Pirate, Beast, and we have Terran. It just feels like you go for a Golden Death Rattle and then Terran it, right? So there is a Rylak. There's just generic Undead stuff. There's Time Warp stuff. There's no Sapper that he can Golden. That would be wonderful. For duos, is it better to play support and have one strong player, or both of you go decent? Support, but within reason. It's like, you have to know what you're doing, kind of. You have to know what you're doing. But yeah, generally better to have a support. But then the player that's getting fed needs to actually, you know, make use of it. So Surf and Surf start very chill, straightforward. You win a lot of fights. So you basically effectively have a lot higher armor than 14 because you're almost guaranteed winning in the early game. And then you get some value out of the hero power later. Probably don't want to go 3-on-3. I think we just use that spell. The opponent does go 3-on-3, so there's some option, but you lose your Surf, and we are kind of buying trash though here. That's the problem. We could hold that spell and pull a 3-drop with it next turn. He's checking if there's anything good to hit. Okay, he gets Rover. That's huge. Bro, we have to buy. Whew. Jesus, bro. Don't do that. Give me a mini heart attack. What's the point of the average stats on the top right? The point is probably that you know what your average stats on your board is. It's just one of those things, right? Sometimes you want to know. All right. So the Rover was nice. That was good. Stasher Card Looter is an amazing game that has literally zero pay-to-win mechanics. It's an auto-battler like Battlegrounds, but it's asynchronous, meaning that you play versus other people's boards, but on your own time. You can pause or go AFK at any moment and then come back to the run whenever you want to. After each fight, you're offered a pack of cards to choose from, with limited coins to spend each time. You never know what the next card brings. You could hit a crazy high roll that boosts your team, kind of like getting a golden Brann in Battlegrounds. On top of that, it might have the best endgame I've seen in any auto-battler. After you've gotten 18 wins, you get to challenge a king deck. If you are victorious, you now take his place as one of the 12 kings, and future players will have to fight your deck instead. Everyone can see the 12 king decks and how many wins they have. The ultimate bragging right. There's also a leaderboard that compares your 4 best runs of the season to that of all of the other players. Normally this game is only $9.99, but for the next few days you'll receive a 30% discount, making it an incredible deal. You can check out the game by clicking the link in the pinned comment. Man, that's a great start for ETC. That's a reason to take the pirate on turn 1. Because on turn 3 you can roll the Eudora buddy, and then having the golden pirate on your board enables that. Okay, it takes a little bit of extra damage, but not so much. The stats are good for when you're in the tens of thousands. That is true. Yeah, if you're like truly large. So the opponent's on 4. We have a Piper here if he wants to start building gems. Generally speaking, I would just level 4 here and see what happens. But this is what I talked about, where you can see the matrix. He's probably really... He's going through some stuff now where he's like, wait, so maybe I even golden something, but I probably want that for the time warp. Like, am I gonna force gems this game? Am I just gonna do it? Because he's giving this Piper like way more consideration than I normally would. Especially if my opponent just leveled to tier 4 and I'm strong because I have this setup. But he's looking at, okay, what is in here? What can I hit? Okay, so he is going to push for the Piper. Finds a Reborn and another... the second beetle is stronger, I guess, because you buff all your beetles. But he's just going to chef for a Quillbore? Yeah. So this is, again, what we talked about, where he just sees the game a little different. Where he just knows this lobby. He looks at what's going to win it. And he says, like, you know what? I think I'm really likely going to do gem-related stuff. I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to hero power the 5-1. What do you mean, Sapphire? Okay. So He can golden the gem production here. He also has a lot of money. Okay, he's gonna go for money. I actually really like that. Because you are Terran, you could golden it. I'm guessing he's gonna golden it. Maybe it's because goldening the gem Quillbore is a bit awkward. I like just banking the blue shell here. But I think he's trying to get his Avenge to work, so... he's gonna go blue shell. Nice, I like that. Oh, this is so much fun. Yeah, he's looking at whether he's killing off his Piper or not. Killing off the Piper is bad for Avenge. But he gets the gem buffs, right? So it seems good. So him staying on tier 3 for the Piper really tells us that in this specific lobby, as Terran, he's like, okay, I'm really likely going to end up in gems anyways. Let me just get a bunch of damage on my gems already, because I have this hero power and I can kill off this Piper the whole time. With Crab, he gets double Crab value. Yeah, but he could get... well, I guess it's true. If he's full board, putting Crab on a death rattle doesn't really help with his Avenge. That is true. Yeah, as long as he has a full board, putting the Crab on the Piper is the same as hero powering a death rattle. If you don't have a full board, it changes, but yeah. That's a good observation. So he can get his extra gems without losing any kind of milking potential. The big minion did not snipe our backline. That's amazing. Like we're gaining like 4 oils because of that. If we got unlucky there, that would have been a disaster. Oh. We're up to 15 max gold at the start of next turn. That's so much fun. So he's gonna have the money. See, like, it's what I talked about in one of my previous games, where the high level players, they pretty much always find a way to get the money. Not only does he has 15 starting gold, he also has his turtle, right? So he has 20 gold to use this turn. So yeah, he can just level without it being a problem. He looks at the new Xiao because he has gems, but I'm guessing he now wants to find a way to make gem barrages. So probably still pretty happy to get a Titus, pretty happy to get that tier 4 Quillbore that makes gem barrage. I probably want to sell my turtle already and put it back in the pool, just in case. Ooh, 3 little quills will save him health. Yeah, because he needs to find a way to not take damage. He's considering just selling for this bonker because it adds another Quillbore on this board. And it's pretty lean. Like, it's a lean play. Because he can sell a regular minion off his board, like the Surf and Surf. And then he can play the 3 little quills with the bonker and keep his money. Oh, but he's gonna go for more milk instead. Ooh, we found the... so slightly punished here, but that's okay. Okay, he's gonna go for beetle buffing for a little bit. Ooh, are we not freezing the gem? Yeah, we are, right? Okay. So I was not thinking about that at all, but he's gaining his tempo through killing off the beetle death rattle. And that's reasonable, yeah. You're getting an 8/7. It's also a token. So you're keeping... oh. That is just this. I mean, when people do that, can we just like ban them, chat? Come on. Who snipes a backline? What kind of a value-hating monster does that? Okay. So I would have definitely not grabbed that death rattle beetle. Because I would just be like, oh, let's just get the gem barrages. Let's do that to get strong. But the beetle gives him sort of an in-between thing. I think I would have probably played 3 little quills to get stronger here and just hero power that. Which I think would have been stronger, right? But maybe he doesn't want to commit to the board yet. He doesn't have any health on his gems yet. So now he's on 16. This is where things get a little bit more awkward. Now he does have a lot of money, which is good. But he needs to also not die, right? And if he now starts to buff his shop with those gem barrages, it is tricky. He's actually going to skip it. See, this is what I mean with like this matrix level insight, where he looks at the game and he says like, you know what? Even though I'm buffing my gems, and even though gem shop buffing is like super good and common, on 16 HP, I can't get it started. So instead of wasting my money on that, I have to push for the 3 little quills tempo line, because that's going to keep me above 16, which is going to give me a much better game on average. Whereas if I start to produce gem barrages now, when I'm on 16, the chance that I lose here is fairly high. And then next turn, I need to somehow find a way to make use of a big shop and stabilize and not die. And that's, when you say it like that, yeah, that sounds like a pretty bad proposition. But you need to have that... ooh, we can get that. We can get that. What? Whoa, bro. We're going all in here? Like, not all in. Sorry, we're going like 0 tempo? Well, it's not 0 tempo because he is getting more value here, but... Ugh. How are we... Okay, so... that whole speech about tempo, like, throw it out the window. Well, no, it is true that if he goes and gem buffs, he actually doesn't have enough. Oh, he bought the beetle spell. He did buy the beetle spell, that is true. He did buy the beetle spell. He needs money. Yeah, but you can keep your refiner, that's okay. But I guess you don't have enough tokens then, yeah. Okay, scary though, scary. I think he thought that with the beetle spell, maybe he wouldn't lose by playing the death rattle stuff. Any videos you recommend watching? Yeah, I can share them after the review, Wexham. Okay, there's armor, but it doesn't do that much. There's Shade Quill, but we don't have a buffed shop, yeah. So this can get us more Titus. This can get us more 3 little quills. Okay. Titus is worth. It's funny that Titus is worth like 2 chronums here. So maybe he also just looked at it and said, I'm not winning this turn anyway. But does he really not have a good chance if he goes in with Titus on the board and then Macaw 3 little quills? Like, I'm not sure. Ooh, Brann is nice because he needs that double buff here. Brann is like buying another... what was that? I didn't do anything this time, I swear. My hands are not on my keyboard. If he levels, he can get eyes for Macaw. Chooses against it. Wants to stay to maybe roll the golden Titus to maybe roll more gem buffs. Goes with Rugok. Ooh, man. Rylak is very tempting. Plays it first just in case he triples. That's cool. Okay, money is out. So he is gonna Rylak. Beetles help a little bit. Yeah, that's shop buff, but we're not doing that. Yeah, he's thinking, do I keep my Piper Pair or not? He also needs to live here, right? Oh, that is so good. Oh, we want that, we want that, we want that, we want that so bad. Chad, we want it so bad. Piper out, play Rylak, sell Rugok. He's like, don't kill me, I'm gonna sell my Rugok, please don't kill me. Okay. Oh, he hit Crone. Okay, that is so... Oh my god. He's like, how strong are you? Can I hear upon my Rylak? I feel that, man. I feel that. That quick little check on the opponent is like, can I hit the Rylak? Nah. Go for the tempo, go for the tempo. He's like, can I Rylak? Maybe Rylak is... He's like, I'm on 1 health. Okay, let me just do this. Jesus. Okay, well... Remember when I said he would have to spike really hard if he lost that fight? Yeah, this is it. But it's so hard to build also because your board space is so difficult because you want to run the Brann and the Titus because you want Rylak value, but then the 3 little quills only buffs other quillbores, so you need to also have enough quillbore on the board. So it's just... It's got to be very, very specific. He got lucky. Well, if he didn't hit Crone, he'd be still fine, right? He'd be half as big and we'd be okay. The Crone at the end was nice, right? But half as many stats would have done the trick as well. He's looking at the Piper if he needs to rebuy that. Well, he could get very large health gems here. Oh my god, yeah. It's so cool when the Rylak works with you. So you got Golden Titus, Brann. I wonder if he starts hero powering Rylak now, but if you die, you feel so bad, man. I guess he's rolling for golden quills. And I guess golden Macaw is fine too. But you can eyes that later. So golden 3 little quills would be wonderful. Cycle the gems here for a little bit of tempo, just to not get sniped by random Nuzaos. That's a smart call here. He goes for the double delayed buff because he has a lot of tempo here. I don't hate this, like random buffs on your backline to not get killed by a super small cleave. He's gonna move the Rylak all the way to the back to play a bit around the cleave. And he's now thinking, do I have the position to start hero powering Rylak? He's checking Reno out. He's seeing whether he's a worthy opponent or not. He's tempted, man. He wants to hero power that Rylak. Holding the gems? No. Yeah, if 3 little quills get sniped, it also sucks because then your macaw is not getting you any tempo. Yeah, definitely decent size on the undead here, but not a lot of tokens. That's really his problem for the Reno. The Reno played a lot of spells with his Weaver, but there's only 1 token on the board. So if he had a lot more tokens, this would be scarier, but... Man, we're at 38 health already. I guess it is Reborn, Rylak, Golden Titus, Brann, and Golden Jazzer. We're just going to be a tank, chat. They're getting so much health. But this all started where he saw that instead of going for the quill board that generates gems, or gem barrages rather, on the first time warp, he said, I can just go for a the refiner. I can goldenize it, get a lot of milk. The refiners are fine, but you can't really fit them. You don't want to sell anything for that. Macaw pair's pretty good. Because if he hadn't gone for that play that gave him the refiner, he lost... Well, the other refiner, the money refiner. He would have lost 10 gold, right? That was 10 strike oils. It's also cool to see Quillbore being played without the shop buff variant. Okay, we're against the ghosts. We're hero powering Rylak this time. So 50 health on the gems, but now we're hero powering that. You could have also hero powered the 3 little quills and used Macaw to trigger the Rylak. But yeah, it's about the same, I guess. Depends if the Macaw gets to swing twice or not. Because I think against the ghost, like, you're good here, right? So I kind of like that. But hero powering the Reborn also gets you more value. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, you're hero powering a Reborn. That is very fair. 98 on the gems? Wait, did we gain like... Didn't I just say that we were at 50 or something? Did he gain like 50 health in one fight? That's so much. Man, this really takes me back to those old gem smuggler boards. Where it was like Golden Murkai, Golden Brann, Golden Drakari, and you had 38? 48 this turn. Holy crap, yeah. 12 per Rylak. Yeah, that's amazing. So those old gem smuggler boards, they had Golden Jazzer and then Golden Gem Smuggler. And you would just get like obscene amounts of health. So let's hope that he finds these golden copies. That's gonna make it so much more like disgusting. Try to get the golden crone. Golden more Titus is weird because you don't have enough quills on your board then. But he's gonna buy it to maybe just replace the Brann. Take the foodie because +1 attack is pretty valuable, or take the foodie because it's 400 health on something. 400 health sounds better to play around Nuzao. I like that idea. So I guess he is buying this Titus for when he gets out of Brann. He's considering going all in here where he uses the Tiger Shark to fish for Macaw. Yeah. It's kind of annoying to have to sell your Brann to then play a Battle Cry. But so be it. Okay, he's not going to go for the 400 health. Again, the +1 is very good. And he can hero power his 3 little quills so that he always goes first, right? But I just thought it was interesting to maybe give your Titus like some health so that if he does play... Oh, I guess he can just gem transfer. If he does play Nuzao, then you're not too worried. Okay, so we have a gem transfer in the hand, which is 200 health. Pyramid Buddy plus Immortal is kind of disgusting, but you need like another Immortal next to that Pyramid Buddy then. I guess next to the Immortal, yeah. It's kind of a weird one. Either way, there's no damage on that Pyramid Buddy, so it's not really a problem. And there's only 1,000 on that Immortal. Okay, so when the Macaw swings... It's not... Oh no, it is a lot. I was gonna say it's not that much, but the Crone is at 4.9k. Right. The 3 little quills doesn't have that much because it gets hero powered at the start. Jesus. Yeah, that extra Titus. That's also something, right? Like recognizing when you have to sell that Brann and just go in with the extra Titus for more combat value. Because he's at 115, man. You just don't see that very often these days. These huge gem games. Another Titus. And roll it golden. Come on, my dude. Double golden Titus. Golden crone, golden pigs. He's looking at photobomber because the opponent could be vulnerable to it, but the side's against it. It's just better probably to just go big on the gems. New Zhao does not get buffed by 3 little quills, but he could gem transfer to give it some stats. I think what he did really well there was sell Brann and then play Tiger Shark. I think I would have really tried for a way to play the Tiger Shark with the Brann still on the board. So I might have sold out of the Rylak or the Jazzer, and that just doesn't really make sense. Because the Rylak is still a Taunt Reborn, which is excellent. And the Jazzer is a Quillbore, which is getting buffed, and you could leave it next to Rylak and still get some value. You have, even without Brann, you have Golden Titus, regular Titus. That's super good. Yeah, we don't want to change our hero power. Terran is fantastic. The last rolls here have been a little upsetting. It's kind of tough to sell stuff. I think you'd sell your Jazzer and then add another Quillbore if you really want to go all in. Overconfidence. Well, the guy has a lot of health, right? Maybe we get another fight. Oh, he's just gem transfer. Yeah, I like that. I like that. The gem transfer to play around the random New Zhao. Opponent has boss level health. He's got 15 armor. 15. Oh, you just armored before the greater time warp. And then you added 10. Okay, yeah, sure. That makes sense. I was like, how do you get 15? But you played armor, and then you took the greater time warp, which was armor. Yeah. 8,000 health on the crone. Yeah, like we said earlier, we're going to be a tank, chat. We're an absolute tank. But the good news is we don't deal 26, so we get to see if we can become an even bigger tank. Do we not drop the Rylak for random quill? It's Taunt Reborn. Taunt Reborn is very good at not getting your board killed. He doesn't want Titus to get sniped. He doesn't want MacLeod to get sniped. He doesn't want Crone to get sniped. So it's like pretty, it's very stable. That's why I said that Rylak is nice. You end up keeping it quite often where you just have Reborn Taunt because it's very good. He also still was gaining some gem health, which is nice. All right, second golden Titus, please. Golden 3 little quills, please. Because the 3 little quills also times 2 is scaling, right? It's double the amount of gems. Wind Fury doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're not selling anything, I think. Eyes for Macaw is a great hit too. Another Macaw to make it golden, sure. Please, sir. Please make my board bigger before I kill him. Yeah, again, hero power. Normally, hero power switches are super good in the late game. Oh, thank you, finally. All right, chat. We feel a bit better here. This doesn't matter. If that was Crone, he could have technically rolled Golden Crone. He's thinking about ending on a Quillbore because the opponent doesn't have the snipes. So now we sell a Titus instead of Rylak. So he still values that really highly. Apexis pivot? No. Ugh. Selling the Titus like it's old trash. So just buffing this Piper so it doesn't have 0 stats. I don't know, that's whatever. Like, I don't think that matters. It is cool to see how highly he values that Rylak, yeah. Because you never know what the opponent adds on the board to try and snipe your stuff, right? Because you need a few hits here. You need time for your Macaw to attack and then reborn. So, and then you preferably want your 3 little quills to die as well, but you know, it's probably going to be too big. So yeah, the value of Taunt Reborn is pretty high. 137. We have 140 health on our gems, right? Oh, it's golden. Yeah, 143. Look at this tank, dude. We're tanking. 13k. Yeah, 13 to 14k health on all his guys that aren't 3 little quills. And then if he has the Crone, it's times 3 instead of times 2. Nasty, bro. GG. Another very fun, cool game by Alutemu.